Hey everybody! Thank dog, it's Friday.
Happy TDIF.
I'm Patty Quinn of We Heart Hounds, and as always, I have the lovely Hillary Buholtz. We are both the co-founders of We Heart Hounds. Go ahead and
Hey,
say,
everybody.
yeah, I didn't mean to chat over you. I just get so excited about these. I love them. They're so much fun. We are actually pre-recording this today. I will be on the road again, traveling for graduation celebration. So I'm super excited, very honored to be a part of the celebration. Can't wait. My hubby and I are looking forward to the trip, but we couldn't miss a Thank Dog It's Friday. So Hillary and I decided to go ahead and record this early, just so that we could all be together on Friday and celebrate all things the love of dog.
Yeah. And this one's so it's graduation, it's beginning of June, and it's obviously graduation season, but it's also going to be Father's Day soon, and that's a little bit what we're creating would work perfectly for Father's Day. So,
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah, actually, any celebration. Today, we're going to be making a DIY Sharpie inspired gift mug. So we have a blank slate here to work from. Hillary and I were actually just a moment ago trying to rack our brains as to what do we put on this lovely canvas, because the sky is the limit. But yes, Father's Day really inspired this tutorial. But for graduations or baby showers or Mother's Day or anything, you could really, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So this has two simple ingredients. We have a pack of Sharpie pens, right? And Hillary, you have fancy schmancy ones.
I do. I have the double-ended ones, so they have a regular tip and then a fine tip, which is good for me. Worked well for me because I ended up using quite a bit of the fine tip side of him.
And then just any kind of blank coffee mug, uh, just a ceramic that's got a glaze to it. Just really a blank canvas is what you're looking for. And it doesn't have to be white. We picked white because it really does show off the colors of the markers,
Yeah.
the Sharpie markers that you're using.
And it's not like these aren't paint markers, obviously. So if you were doing a black or something like that, it'd be pretty hard to get a color that's really going to stand out on them. But if you had a light color, the Sharpies will work nicely. So,
Right, exactly. So I think before you get started, and part of what we were trying to brainstorm here before we got started today is figuring out what we're going to do. One of the tips you might want to do is go online and search like Google Images or whatever and come up with some shapes or phrases or words. Maybe it's been on a t-shirt or you see it somewhere, just for inspiration, because I think that really kind of helps you plan what you're going to do and then figure out based, on what the size and shape of your mug is, how that's going to lay out and on your design. So
yeah.
that's really kind of the toughest part. Um,
The other thing to know about your design is you should leave the lip area. You don't want to actually use the Sharpies right there where you're going to be putting your lips on the mug. So leave yourself a good half an inch or so
right.
down the mug so
Or
that
inside, right? So
yes.
nothing on the inside or around the lip of the mug area. The Sharpies are fine, but you just really want to just for safety's sake, it's
Yep.
best just to keep it out of where you would be drinking from or inside. Um, and anyway, I think we're just ready to go. I think we're going to just kind of start our design. And then you've got some help there.
Yep.
Help
So
you.
for me, I'm actually writing a word, and if I'm using the blue painter's tape just as a little bit of a guideline, not as an actual stencil. So I won't get the Sharpie all the way up to that blue painter's tape because it'll bleed underneath the painter's tape. So
Yeah.
this is really just a visual guide for me so that my letters don't go up or down or whatever, just to kind of give a little bit of a guide.
Unless you really want them wonky looking, then you don't need
Yes.
the painter's tape. One of the other things that we tried before the Sharpies was painter pens, and just did not have that much luck with them. We used stencils, we tried stickers, other things to kind of help create shapes and designs with using the paint pens around that. And the stickers were difficult to come off. Some of them had paper that wouldn't come off. Some of them had the sticky residue that was really hard. And even if they did come off, just like what Hillary was saying with the painter's tape, the paint bled under the stickers, or even when you pull them off, you get a really rough edge. So we really think
Because
it's easiest to,
because the cups are so smooth, it's
yeah,
really hard to find anything that's going to be completely, a barrier to that paint or the Sharpies from bleeding underneath it.
right, right, exactly. So anyway, use whatever inspiration ideas you have. If there's a favorite phrase that your mom or your grandma uses, you want to put it on a mug, you can do that as well. We're kind of inspired by Father's Day and just the love of pups, so ours are going to reflect those kind of themes as well.
Yep.
But we're going to go ahead and
This one would also be a really fun one too, because the cups are relatively inexpensive. I got mine at Walmart. It was a little over $1. I know there's ones that are under $1 there, but letting your kids just go crazy and do whatever design they want would be fantastic for this.
it would be so much fun to, maybe you draw a paw print or something and then have your kids draw their name, write their names all over them.
Yeah.
That would be just so cute for Father's Day. I mean, you could really make it super simple and easy. There are no rules. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll see if we can put together a really sweet design.
We'll see how these turn out. And as Patty was mentioning, we both tried some different things to give us a little bit of stencil. And at the end of the day, we decided that just freehanding it works the best.
It really does. And don't feel bad if you don't feel like you know how to draw. Really, this is a gift from the heart, and the recipient will just absolutely love anything that you put together. So.
And one of the things that I found was if I needed to clean up as I was drawing my particular design, if I needed to clean up a little bit of the edges or things like that, some nail polish and a Q-tip worked really well just to kind of smooth out some of those edges. It dries really quick again, and then you can go back over with your Sharpie again to sort of smooth things out if you need to.
Right. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. And it's interesting the effect that the Sharpie makes on the smooth surface. It almost kind of is like a watercolor. I mean, not really. It doesn't really bleed like that, but it does. It's not as fine sharp as it would be on paper. So you are kind of forgiven a little bit, which is nice.
And your colors will, if you're kind of creating a design with multiple colors and things like that, I noticed that for some of my really light colors like this green, or I have a light blue that hardly even shows up on the white at all. But because my green got so much darker after I baked, I'm going to try to use this one to see if it's going to work well for,
Right.
because I love the color. But when I was first putting it on this white cup, I was like, well, you can't even see that. But I think it'll darken up once we actually put it in the oven.
All the colors darken for sure. Yeah. And basically, I I don't know what I was going to say. No, basically I was going to say that when we're done, we stick them in the oven for 30 minutes at 350. And then you just leave them in the oven and let them cool down so that you're not going from hot to cool really fast. That way they don't crack or anything like that.
Yeah. I just left mine in overnight to let it cool completely. But I would give it a few hours at least to cool down.
Yeah, this is really fun and easy and simple. These would be great for like family reunions or things like that. Anniversaries, really, sky's the limit.
Or if you were having like a craft party or something like that, having some friends over to do their own, or like a baby shower or something like that, I could see, you could do it with ceramic plates or things like that as well. It doesn't have to be cups necessarily. Oh, I'm to my hard part. Let's see if I can get this.
Say that again. Where
I
do you
said I
go?
got to my hard part. So this is the
Uh-oh.
part that I need to see if I can make my little dog print turn out okay.
I have a general idea of what I want to do, but I don't know if it's going to turn out the way I want it to.
Yeah, these are, as you know, and if you mess up, you can take a, Patty was having luck with just taking a wetted down piece of tissue or whatever and
And it
wiping
comes
it off.
off. Especially if you get it right away. It does dry a little bit, but it's not like it's permanent. You can, Hillary, you were using the nail polish remover and that got it off right away. So
Yep, that worked really well. And you can do it as detail if you don't want to remove a large section or something like that using a Q-tip. You can just, tweak it if you need to, tweak your design a little if you need to.
all right. These are going to be priceless. We're going to be famous with these pieces of artwork. I know, when we're all done. So.
They are really cute. And once you see them baked, they kind of come to life too. So it's kind of funny. They'll still have a little bit of that sketchiness that was in the markers before you baked it, but everything gets a little deeper and richer. It just feels a little bit more finished once they're baked.
Well, and it becomes permanent. So then I would probably not put these in the dishwasher. I would probably wash them by hand just to ensure that the design doesn't, wash off quickly. It probably could withstand the dishwasher, but I would guess that it might fade or not last as long.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to attempt to draw a paw print as well. I don't know how good it's going to be, but we're going to give it a try.
They're pretty forgiving. That's the nice thing about a paw print.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you feel like, so one of the things that happens as you're kind of starting out, it feels like, oh goodness, I don't have enough control over the edges of the things and things like that. So you're going to want a little bit thicker lines. You're going to want designs that can kind of stand up to having things a little bit thicker, a little bit bolder, because it's going to, at the end of the day, it's going to work out a little better for you. If you're trying to do something that's super detailed, you're just, with this smooth surface, you're just not going to have that amount of control.
Yeah. Well, and it's a little more forgiving if your lines are thicker because you can go back over them a little bit more. So that helps as well. So if your design is a little more bold or in terms of the type font, the size of the text or the image that you're putting together. So, and I would not necessarily consider myself a very good drawer. But again, I don't think this is anything to get heartburn over. Whoever gets your beautiful cup will absolutely love it and treasure it forever and ever. So
yeah, it's such a neat, like, handmade art is always impressive, and I think we're the hardest on our own creations. So
yeah,
I think whoever gets it is going to love it.
I mean, it's truly one of a kind, and knowing that you had that special somebody in mind when you made it, right? I think that in itself just makes it that much more precious as a gift. There's so much that, you know, is mass produced nowadays that it's so nice to have something that somebody made from hand and took the time to create it. So here's my.
Oh, that turned out fantastic.
So far.
I love it.
I don't know if I might embellish a little bit more along the bottom. I might try that, but.
So here is mine. My letters will be embellished as well, but for right now, this is my outline of how everything.
Oh, I love it. Possum. That's precious. Oh, you did a great job. That's so cute.
And you can see I left a little bit of space. I was really just using this tape to kind of use it as a guideline. So not as a.
Right, exactly.
Not as a barrier.
Yep. Do you want to put an E on the end of yours?
Oh, I do. I'll probably do that with my, yep.
Okay.
With my other embellishments.
I'll finish mine up and put a few more little embellishments as well.
Yep.
Should we show off our finished product?
Let's do that.
So excited. So here we go. That is, I love yours. Look at all the detail. Look how special that is. Mine's a little kind of cartoony.
I think yours turned out fantastic.
Just having fun with it. So yeah, these are adorable. And I'll probably do that same. I think mine, I don't know. I'll see what I'll do. I might do the paw prints around the bottom of my other one as well. But thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed today's craft. Again, you're going to pop it in the oven, 350 for 30 minutes. Just let it slowly warm up. You can put it in the cold oven, let it heat up for 30 minutes, and then keep it in the oven once you turn it off. I open the door on my oven just to let some of the heat out, but just leave it in there and let it cool down, and then it should be fine. Super easy. Heirloom treasure forever. Everybody will love it. It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. We just always love having you here with us. I'm so sorry I can't be there live and in person, but I'm super happy of the modern technology that allows us to record these ahead of time so that I can be there on Fridays anyway. We're looking forward to our little family celebration this weekend. I appreciate you guys being flexible and letting me kind of take a little day off to do that. If anybody has any comments or questions or suggestions, please feel free to share them with us. As always, we'd love for you to sign up for our email list. You're always in the know of what's happening. Facebook does these kind of crazy things where sometimes you see us in their news feed and sometimes you don't. It just, whatever whim they're on. So if you're on our email news list, you're always going to be in the know of what's happening. And we can't wait to keep that connection going.
And just as a little note, I will be there Friday. So if you're commenting or if you have questions as this is being broadcast, I'll be in that comments area and I'm available to answer any questions. So, and obviously you can obviously send us messages or send us pictures of anything that you create. We would love to see that.
Yeah. Thank you, Hillary. I appreciate you doing that. Being there on Friday for me. That would be great. Yeah. And I'll catch up once it's all said and done. As soon as I get a chance, I'll go back and check everything as well. Thank you once again, everybody. Have a great weekend. Happy Think Dog It's Friday. Enjoy making your fun little mug. Take care. Bye-bye. Yes.